A shot where you have to perform 4 different mechanics that only a select few can do. A shot where you finish with 0 boost, and if you do it slightly wrong it's impossible to complete it. I'm going to talk about my journey to scoring this shot. I'm trying to hit 50 likes in this video, so please like the video as it helps me out a lot and it makes new people be able to see this video when I get more likes, and as a small channel it helps a ton. This mechanic is where you roll the ball up the corner of the wall, then you drive into a pogo on the inside of the wall of your goal. Then you need to get a perfect pop that leads you into the ball while going sideways up the wall. Then you must do a full field air dribble into a musty flick double touch. On paper this shot seems impossible, but if you spend enough time on anything you'll be able to do it eventually. So the start of my journey for this is perfecting all of the individual mechanics. So I mastered goal pogos, I mastered sideways air dribbles, and I mastered musty flicks. After I did all of this, I had the potential to score this in casual. This mechanic I got a few attempts in every game with real opponents, but I was struggling a lot as the ball is left alone for such a long time, so I thought I'd do this with 1v1 freestyles in casual instead. Even though this is basically a private match and limited boost, this is still incredibly hard to perform. You should try it and see how you get on in just limited boost in a private match too. The setup needs to have the ball settle just on the floor behind the big boost pad, and this doesn't do this 9 out of 10 times. You can have like a basic way of doing this, but there's nothing that can get it every single time. It's basically complete luck. But the actual goal pogo is really difficult to master, as it's not really a mechanic you really do often, and wall pogos that might transfer over to it, but there's no other mechanics that actually transfer over to this, so you kind of have to learn it from scratch. If you didn't pop on the wall you wouldn't have enough boost to get towards the ball. You normally have around 0 boost when you touch the ball, so it's really difficult in that aspect. But you also need to boost fast enough to have enough speed and momentum to get into the sky from the sideways air dribble. If you don't do this perfectly, it's impossible to get the double touch, as you have to have a good momentum on the ball to hit the ball far out in field. Another difficult part is getting the ball in a good position for the air dribble. Most of the time the ball would just stay on the wall, making it impossible to air dribble. So you need to have a lot of luck for the ball to unstick from the wall. Then on every 100 attempts you would have the chance for a double touch, what most of the time just failed completely. So I started getting better attempts and started to get more consistent with double touches, then I started to get really good attempts and nearly scored loads. But probably the hardest thing about this was the actual sideways air dribble. To get the perfect sideways air dribble where your car actually stays sideways on the ball is really difficult, especially when you've got 0 boost and no momentum to go up the wall. So from this I had to keep on grinding and grinding. I did a lot of practice in private matches, I did a lot of practice in actual training as well, and I eventually got consistent at this. But the hardest part overall was hitting the ball so it wouldn't stay on the wall, and this is only done, well, when you're in a turtle you can hit the ball when it's above the wall, if you know what I mean. So when it's above the lip of the wall you can hit it off the wall, but when you're sideways you have to hit it before you go up the wall, so it's really difficult to actually make the ball go in the air, if you know what I mean.